So I noticed that when I stopped smoking weed, I would wipe my nose and all the little black stuff that would be in my nose hairs, it would be in my cloth or whatever I wipe my nose out with. So it was like I kind of dulled my sense of smell by smoking cigarettes for 25 years. So I realized, you know what I'm saying, I never knew that I was actually numb and damn near dead for like 25 years of smoking. When I stopped smoking cigarettes, my sense of smell became finer. It was like I would actually start smelling things that I didn't really notice before. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I smell vaginas all day. I smell warm vaginas all day. I know it can't just be me now. It's just that I stopped smoking. It's always been that way. It's just that I was smoking cigarettes. And so it's like when you're in that for so long, you don't notice anything else. So I have like a real, you know what I'm saying, fine-tuned nose now. Not to mention the fact that I lost like 45% of my sight. Because I don't know what they got in these headlights on these cars these days. But these are like halogen lights. These are like, you can probably grow weed up under the lights from these cars. It's like, these are like new fandango lights and they stay on all the time. There was a time when, you know, the only time the lights would be on was when you cut them on. So if you didn't cut the lights on in the car, then, I mean, on, you know, your headlights, they would be off. So to me, I feel like if you don't have that option, I ain't had a car in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Last car I had, I don't want to talk about it. But you know what I'm saying? But I don't really want no car now because I realized that we have hot and cold days. So it's like that THiS glacier is melting because of the actual fuel emissions. So if people are not carpooling, then we're going to be in a real pool because that THiS glacier is melting because of the fuel emissions. And in the summertime, it's really bad because people feel that need to want to go places, but they ain't got nowhere to go because they ain't got no money to spend. So that's why credit destroyed the country to the point where it is, where it's like people are spending money and we're basically purchasing everything we need for this country based on Black Friday sales. Black Friday is when they try to get consumers to spend a whole bunch of money to make up for the lack of money for accessories and extra stuff. Accessories outside of necessities. They're accessories outside of necessities. So with that being said, I'm actually starting to think that it's not enough. That's why I realized that we're going towards communism. You know what I'm saying? But they're phasing it out like in a real nice, cool way, like saying that people are so used to making money, so they're gonna go to the central bank digital currency. Cryptocurrency was just an example of what they were trying to do. That's not gonna work. As a matter of fact, it don't work. It's gone. But it's preparation. It's like a carrot in front of the, you know, the cart for the horse, the incentive. So now we're gonna have like numbers on the screen. There will be no real resources behind it, but there is a clash between the people in China who we owe the most money to, made in Taiwan. We lost that war. We lost that war. That war is being won by China without one shot being fired. It's an economic war. Like that movie American Gangster with Frank Lucas, the more people that died, they put the heroin in those bodies. Then they had the Desert Storm War. Now we have an opioid crisis because everybody's hurting. That's why it's not worth getting hurt on your job. It ain't worth getting hurt on your job. Your job will be in the paper before you get out of the hospital. And so now we have a surplus of jobs where they're jobs that people don't want because according to them, there are more lucrative means of making money. There are more lucrative means of making money where they feel like, you know what, I can make more money in an hour doing what I'm doing than what you make per wage. But what that does is that when you go to the store, after you finish doing what you're doing, unless you're gonna stock the shelves yourself, which I have done. I have stocked the shelves in stores without getting paid a dime. And I don't mind doing that because there's also a karma to everything. See, karma, you can't beat karma. Nobody can beat karma. Nobody can beat karma, even those who try to deflect karma. See, what I do, I'm gonna say this right here. There are certain beings that they have let in, and these beings want to be used like jinn to grant wishes. But the reality is that they know right from wrong, and that regardless of what mankind may want or wish for, they'll grant you that. But never underestimate the power of prayer. For as much as I realize that I gotta get up this daggone video and get down to it too, because they know what time it is. And that's why it's almost like between South America, those are the serious B parents. And the ones from China, those are serious C. So what you got is you got a certain karma based on certain beings that got aborted. And when they were aborted, known as the men are renowned, they're here now. and they know what's going to work better. They're trying to upgrade the whole planet, because the way things are going right now, if we don't actually start doing things because we want to do it, then it won't get done. That's what the Bible means. My uncle said, if you love your job, you won't work a day in your life. If you love your job, you will never work a day in your life. But see, what I realized with that too is that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, you got to find something you like to do. And it takes years sometimes to find out what you like to do. You got to be exposed to certain things, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might not know what you want, but you know what you don't want. So you got to use what you know what I'm saying? You got to use what you know to find out what you don't know. But on that note, though, I'm just really, you know what I'm saying, feeling some kind of way as far as like, you know, I realized that, man, I'm going to tell you, there is a plan. It's a good plan. To me, it's a good plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, China wants to take over Taiwan because Taiwan is, they make everything in Taiwan, a lot of things in Taiwan. So it's like these workers, like China is like, they don't want to kill their workers. If you kill your workers, you don't have a workforce. They just want to inflict pain. But see, you can't mix Chinese people up with the Chinese government. It's not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Chinese people are very numerous. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers is dried up. They're angels under those rivers. If you've seen certain movies, there's certain beings. What was that movie? Lord of the Rings. They can't cross running water. Certain wrathful and wrathful spirits can't cross running water. But now the Tigris and Euphrates rivers have been, you know, dried up. So now these beings, they're the fathers of some of these children. And the book of Enoch says that you will see your children destroyed to a certain extent to which they're not properly aligned. So they're about to awake. Isn't that movie Cabin in the Woods? They had all these wars, the government, high government operatives. They were like, yo, if we don't plan certain wars around certain witch holidays of the year, certain, you know, then we don't maintain the fruits of what we're aspiring for. We don't keep that going. So it's a certain amount of blood that's got to be shed. It's a certain amount of blood that's got to be shed to feed these things. It was in the movie Wrath of the Titans too, where there was like, yo, there was like, if we don't feed enough blood to these things, then they will wake up, because they're sleeping now. Some have been bound under rivers, some have been frozen in that ice, and they're in the ice too. And that's something else people don't realize, that while they're driving around personally for themselves, they're melting the ice. It's like that movie Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And the lady said it, she was like, these are the ones that were here. So it's almost like that is right down on the table. Pacific Rim, if you know what I'm saying, if I may refer to that. Pacific Rim, you know. So I mean, it's just one of those things where I realized that they don't make these movies, you know, spend like millions of dollars, almost billions on movies. Kevin Costner said it too. Kevin Costner spent $100 million of his own money to make that movie called Waterworld. Waterworld flopped. Waterworld flopped. It did not do good. But now look at it. It's going to fruition. We had a real cold day like a couple of days ago. It's almost kind of cool now, but it's not. It's warm to me. It's warm to me. So my deal is that I'm trying to stay cool. I'm always warm. I'm real mammalian. I'm a mammal. When you have woollier hair, you're a carnivore. So to not eat meat when you got woolly hair is kind of hard. But then when you have straight hair, you have more of a propensity to have more latent melanin. So when you have real woolly hair, you are like a carnivore, a mammalian carnivore. But me though, I've actually learned to like the veggies that I eat. I like what I eat. So with me, I'm more so like, I've actually given myself what I need, so I want what I need. I was eating some mustard, some bok choy, and some crackers last night, and coconut oil. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about how, well, I would say I discovered it, but I didn't. I came across it for myself. I had mushrooms, crackers, and coconut oil. Tastes like fish. Not that I'm longing for a fish taste or a fish flavor. Tastes like fish. But see, I don't have no craving for it no more. The same way I started smoking cigarettes, I don't have no craving for meat. I don't have it. I mean, it used to be hard. It was easier to not smoke cigarettes than it was to not eat meat. Now I'm past that. But there are other things now. My next step is more so like, I don't want to go into it right now. There's some bad chicks out here. And these chicks, people, I'm going to tell you, when the summertime kick in, I'm like, oh my God. But I realized that that's also a part of it. Women are the masters of this world. They are the rulers of this world. This is hell. And they are the rulers of it. That's why the X chromosome means unknown. And it's dark matter. Unknown means that you don't know what it is. That's why, you know, women They move laterally. That's the x-axis, left and right. It's mathematical. Men are the y-axis, up and down. That's light, moving up and down. They're here to stabilize you here, to make you enjoy your hell. That's why it's called a help meet. All of this is in the Bible. It's a help meet. So as it is, when you aspire to certain things and you close your vision and limit it down to certain things, then you co-sign. Then you co-sign the hell you're in. And when you co-sign the hell that you're in, basically you can't complain about anything. You can't complain about anything because you've co-signed that hell. That's why I've actually taken steps to actually maintain a certain level of buoyancy. A certain buoyancy. And see, what you gotta realize is that it's so much going on these days. Everybody's going through their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going through their own little thing. So as it is, you know what I'm saying, I'm maintaining. Maintaining means that I know that I don't have a plan. They said, if you want to make God laugh, make plans. If you want to make God laugh, make plans. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's gotten to the point where I still make plans. That's called tenacity. That's called tenacity. I still make plans. I will never not make plans because I have that ability. My plans is to eat plants. I plan to eat plants. I plan to eat plants. I plan to eat plants. So yeah, as it is, you know what I'm saying? As it is, I realize that for the most part, I'm gonna do what I know to do that's right. And when I do what I know to do what's right, everything else falls in place. Do your best and he'll do the rest. Do your best and he'll do the rest. So as it is, I maintain demonic possession. Demonic possession is real. Demonic possession is real. That's why I realized that in the Bible, it was like, son of man. It was like, son of man, what have you to do with us? Our time is not yet. It's not our time yet. See what I'm saying? And it's funny because I'm sitting here trying to realize. So as it is, you gotta maintain a certain calm. It reminds me of that song by The Roots, I Remain Calm. I remain calm. See, that's why I'm gonna tell you, it's something in the air too. It's not even just the pollen, it's something in the air. It's something in the air to the extent to where when I take my daggone blue light glasses off, my eyes burn. My eyes burn. But I realize that I have to adapt to it, but it's not an easy process. It really takes me a while. I have to wash my eyes out a few times a day. You know what I'm saying? I have to wash my eyes out a few times a day. I have to wash my eyes out a few times a day. And with that being said, I'm more so inclined to try to use, I'm trying to find a nice solution. Salt water is good, but it irritates the skin up under my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being the case, I was using vinegar. It's too astringent upon my skin. I can't use vinegar on my skin. I can't use vinegar, I can't use salt water. So I'm more inclined to just use ordinary water. And lemon juice, yeah, lemon juice is good. Lemon juice works real good. And I put lemon juice in my water. As a matter of fact, today I'm gonna drink, I realized that when I get hungry, I'm not really hungry. It's basically undigested food. Like whatever I feel, the way I feel before I get hungry, that means that my food is going through. When something blocks it, that means that it's indigestion, which means that I'm not being fed. My body goes into a hunger because it's not being fed. It's not being fed because something's blocking it, which means that I have to dissolve it. I need more water at that point in time. I need more water. And like I said, I was trying to observe Ramadan, but I messed it up. But I am gonna do something almost like, not really exactly the same thing, but I'm gonna try to maintain, because with that, you can actually choose to eat meat after the sun goes down, but I'm not gonna eat no meat. So I'm not gonna eat no meat. So with that being said, I'm more so inclined to just maintain. But I do try to go as long as I can. I do try to go as long as I can without actually eating, you know what I'm saying, meat. But my new thing right now is my guilty pleasure is bananas and crackers. I love bananas and crackers. Boy, I eat the heck out of some bananas and crackers. But and then like they got, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes they put more salt on the inexpensive crackers because it's almost like they get like a wholesale. They get a wholesale bargain on certain ingredients. They get a wholesale bargain on certain ingredients because they're inexpensive crackers, so they sell more of them. You know what I'm saying? They sell more of them for as much as it doesn't really cost a whole lot to pay for the, you know, man. Like they got like some saltines. Oh my God, saltines about $2.50. Saltines about $2.50, yo. They about $2.50, almost $3 for a box of crackers. So yeah, it's kind of wild, man. But yeah, like I said, yeah. So as it is right now, though. But see, do not be deterred. We gotta ride the bus. It's almost like certain people are here to sabotage certain things. They want to sabotage stuff. It's almost like saying that if I say something like, yo, people shouldn't be driving cars, then it'll be somebody that'll be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna ride the bus. And there'll be somebody on the bus that's basically on some old, well, I'm gonna try to distract that. Some people can't wait for the end of the world. Some of these demonic beings can't wait for the end of the world because they're ready to die. And their punishment is that they're not dead yet. That's their punishment. Their punishment is that they're not dead yet, and they want to die. And they're hoping that as soon as they die, their misery and pain will be over with. That's why it's almost like when the Heavenly Father said, I'm coming back, when he said, I'm coming back, he didn't come fast enough. It's almost like when your parents say, do you want your whooping now or later? And then you be like, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get mine now and get it out of the way. Or some people be like, yo, I'll get it later. And next thing you know, you didn't got beat up out the bed. You know, you wake up in the morning, just lashes laying it on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, you know, they haven't gotten that punishment, and they want it. They're waiting for it. But no man knew at the time or hour, because I realized that the way it's working is like the closer it gets, the closer the New Jerusalem, the Nibiru gets here. Our sun, compared to the sun in Sirius, it got a boost when it came by the dog star, but it's slowing down, giving us time to change. It's slowing down, giving us time to change. It works off solar panels, which means that it's like Wi-Fi. So the less magnitude of the sun, the more powerful the core is. But when it has a higher magnitude, that means it has to magnetically attract stuff from the outside to pull it in. So it means it's dying out. And our sun has a high magnitude. It's really, I don't even know if it's a sun or not, really. I don't even know what it is. It's light. Look, there is no such thing as light. Light is anything or any particle that hits the light. So what we see as a ball of light in the sky, there's blue sky behind that, but there's darkness in space. So what we see is a reflection from the light in Canis Major hitting here, which means that it doesn't matter though, because there are particles up there, dust particles from the last extinction that killed the dinosaurs. Those dust particles are basically collectively accumulating, and when the light hits it, the cosmic winds vibrate faster, creating whatever light source or reflective source of light that the Nibiru can go off of. So it slows down when it gets here because it's not, you know, whatever that is up there, it's not strong enough. It's not strong enough to actually power that huge craft-sized ship. You know what I'm saying? So it slows down out of a mercy and a grace to us. But like I say though, this planet is to the point now where it's almost like if we don't produce enough goods and enough services to actually make us viable as a trading partner amongst other planets, I mean, it's like, it's not about this planet. It's like on Predator. When Predator came, they had elements that were outside of our periodical table of elements, like saying, what is this substance? It's not from here. So we have to use whatever we have here and trade it. But see, right now we're not using that. But see, now we're going back to the gold standard. Some people are trying to leave. Gold is used to actually power ships. Gold is not meant to be worn. Platinum is not used. Platinum is not jewelry. Platinum is for plutonium. It's highly volatile and explosive, which means that technically speaking, the platinum that they have, see, I'm telling you something. That evil spirit, it speaks out the fluids from his mouth. It's an evil spirit. So now my voice is altered. See what I'm saying? He had it, and now my voice is getting heavy. See, that's how the germs spread. That's why it's like certain people, they try to cough on you. They try to put that negative energy in the air. And it all depends on the individual. You know what I'm saying? Which means that I'm definitely in need of eating. I don't want to eat, but I'm going to eat the right thing. I'm going to eat some I need some coconut oil. Some coconut oil, and I need maybe some lettuce and crackers. I don't know. I hadn't planned on eating nothing. But I'm not going to eat. I just need some water. There it is. Water. Water and vinegar as an antiseptic. I'm sitting here now, though. I'm more so inclined to end this video at 20 minutes. I'll be back. I think we're going to morning already. Get started.